Good afternoon, dear colleagues. My name is Zhura and I'm a master graduate student from Scopus Institute of Science and Technology. And it's my pleasure to present our work, NeuroSwarm, multi-agent neuro-3D reconstruction segmentation with unmanned aerial vehicle for optimal navigation of Quadruped at the International Conference SMC 2023. It is well known that Quadruped would become more widespread and popular in the industrial application as well as in robotics field due to their bio-inspired ability to traverse on harsh terrains. However, there is no full navigation pipeline for quadruped robots where they can fulfill their potential to adjust its body to different type of terrains in geometrically complex and narrow structures. If we reflect back on the search background in previous decades, which has been done in this direction, we can see that there have been already idea considered of collaboration between unmanned aerial vehicle and quadruped robot for collaborative localization and mapping. However, the ability of quadruped robot to adjust its height to different type of obstacles has not been considered. Another interesting approach is to guide quadruped robot navigation through virtual reality framework in geometrically complex environments, which implies reliability on human guidance in complex structures. And it's also worth pointing out that learning techniques have been also considered for representations of the environment for quadruped robots, so to make navigation more robust. However, it mostly relies on point clouds of LiDAR data, which can give us sparse information of the environment and cannot provide us with full geometry awareness, as for example, 3D occupancy representations. So, research question of this work is how to improve quadruped robot navigation geometrically complex and narrow environments, and the proposed approach is to create high segmented 3D obstacle map using supervised 3D construction segmentation learning technique from RGB post images, which provided by two agents, unmanned aerial vehicle and quadruped robot, from multiple views, and generate trajectory using neurofield motion planner approach in 3D space. Let's have a look at our robotic system representation. So our quadruped robot HyperDog is struggling by encountering a complex 3D obstacle as an arch. An unmanned aerial vehicle helping to collect data set from multiple point of views of this obstacle and environment in order to generate geometry detailed 3D representation, voxel representation. Each voxel has information of 3D, of height, and also segmentation. And then using this information, robot can plan path under the arch, which in some scenarios can save its time during the navigation. If I have a look at our hardware overview, there are two main agents, as I've seen in the video, unmanned aerial vehicle and quadruped robot HyperDog, which has been developed at our Intelligent Space Robotics Laboratory. They are equipped with onboard computers and with RGB cameras. There is also a PC server where localization and 3D mapping model are running. Here is our multi-agent operation pipeline. So the two agents are collecting post-RGB images, which are then processed by a neural network in order to create 3D voxel representation, and with preliminary segmentation. And from that, we create high segmented obstacle map based on the knowledge of the ability for quadruped robot to adjust its height. And using adaptive neurofield motion planner, which generate trajectory, which has information of 3D obstacles. So our software overview as a main input, original images RGB with camera positions are processed by 2D convolutional neural network, from where 2D features are extracted. And then using extrinsic and intrinsic parameters of the camera, these features are back projected into voxel volume space, and then voxel representation is refined by 3D convolutional neural network via regression of truncated size distance function. Once we update preliminary 3D segmented map, we then We then create the height segmented obstacle map based on our robot's ability, and we identify which areas are possible or not possible, knowing that our robot can change its height. So here is the 3D height segmented obstacle map algorithm, how it works. We basically analyze our occupancy grids layer by layer in 3D space and identify for each voxel whether it's occupied or not occupied, and if it's occupied, we assign the height which robot should undertake in order to dive under different obstacles. As a baseline for navigation for path planning generation, Neurofield Motion Planner has been chosen due to its ability to generate smooth and short trajectories in reasonable time, and also generate trajectories in complex environments with obstacles with complex shapes. And so basically, main idea of this planner is to predict probability of collision for each given position. And low collision probability in the field is indicated by red and high collision by blue color. So far, this approach has been used for mobile wheeled robots and for 2D representations only. So dataset collection pipeline involves collection of 250 images by 2 agents, unmanned aerial vehicle and a hyperdog, which took 90 seconds. And the Icon Tracker motion system is used in order to track cameras in the environment. Everything is based on ROS2 packages. Once the positions of cameras are collected, the transformation metrics per each image are computed. Here is multi-agent operation architecture, which is based on ROS2. It implies that there can be several unmanned aerial vehicles agents contributing to dataset collection in the system. So here blue arrows indicate the type of data which is transmitted between agents and PC server, and green arrows indicate the service which is provided in order to avoid intervenence of human during the operation. The first experiment has been aimed at 3D reconstruction with multi-agent system and comparison it with 3D representation which has been obtained only by Quadruped robot. So, and segmentation metric has been calculated using number of true positive and false positives. This metric allows us to identify how well the objects segmented from each other and distinguished from each other. And you can see, according to precision metric, it is beneficial to use multi-agent approach. And of course, it saves us mapping time as well. Another experiment has been aimed at comparison our method with classical method, right, which is non-learning approach and based on Octomap algorithm. It's a ROS2 package, which using also depth tensor as an input. And you can see that it provides us with also some detailed information of the obstacle in 3D. However, the map itself has holes and missed areas, which is lack of knowledge of environment, and also it takes much longer time to obtain this map in comparison with our method. And also, I would like to point out that learning technique, supervised learning technique, outperforms classical methods because it has benefits as it can learn new patterns and new features during its implementation. So the final experiment is generation of high adaptive trajectory, taking into account 3D obstacle map and 2D obstacle map and comparison of them. You can see here on the slide that if you take into account 3D obstacle information, we can generate more smoother trajectories and shorter trajectories under some obstacles in comparison with 2D obstacle maps and Neurofield Motion Planner in 2D. It is also worth pointing out that when we know 3D information of obstacles, we also can provide our robot with more space available, because when we feed to our planner only 2D information, the robot considers that there's not too much space to navigate through and environment is too cluttered. But with our approach, it finds more space and finds more trajectories. The third experiment has shown that our approach allows robots to generate shorter trajectories, and it allows us to decrease navigation time, which can be crucial for some operation scenarios. In conclusion, a novel multi-agent robotic system with a navigation strategy has been proposed, in which 3D mapping of the environment is done via supervised learning technique and with the help of a manned aerial vehicle, which can allow us wide area observations at the same time. 3D height segmented obstacle map is obtained using segmentation approach based on height adjustment possibility of the robot. To date, dataset collection strategy and multi-agent communication architecture have been developed based on ROS2 for this scenario. An overall proposed approach, which is a combination of state-of-the-art techniques, resulting in 80% faster navigation and around 30% shorter path generation. As a future research extension, we can see that we can decrease the maximum delay during the navigation for quadruped by optimizing neurofield motion planner. But also multimodal approach can be used in this scenario, and outdoor scenarios can be tested. Many multi-agents agents can be added to this system, as you have been seeing in the multi-agent architecture overview. And also segmentation data can be used not only for understanding how the robot can adjust its body to different types of environments, but also how to interact with objects, whether we can climb on them, whether we can move them, which is also, I guess, pretty interesting direction. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.